I think I finally understand why some people, not all people, are successful in life. They're prosperous and they're wealthy. They have abundance of financial success, abundance of career success, whatever their field is. But for some reason, they still depressed. They still sad. Like they have it all. Not even just the money. They have family. They have peers. They have connections and networks. They have the world in their hands, right? But they still depressed. They still sad. They still down bad spiritually, right? And I finally understand it now. Let's mark out the fact that some of those people actually sold their souls. Some of those people are actually in contract with the devil himself. That's why they act the way that they act, even though they have what they have. So that's obvious. We already know why those certain people, the ones that sacrificed their soul in order to gain success, we understand why they act the way they act. But I'm talking about the ones who, and we never know what goes on behind closed doors. Majority of these people sold their souls, y'all, whether it's with a contract with somebody else, like with a literal deal with the devil himself, or if they, just sold something morally, they neglected something morally in order to gain financial success. It's probably majority of those people that you see, but I'm talking about the ones who are not famous, the ones who are not known, and they have success, but they still not blissful. They still not joyful with their life. They not grateful overall, It's simply because they've mastered the world, but they didn't master themselves. I feel like everybody was born with a gift. I feel like everybody was born with some type of talent. Some people just haven't discovered that talent yet. Some people just haven't came into grips on what that talent was. Maybe they know what it is, but they just look at it as fun and not an actual career, which is that's a problem. That's a problem. I feel like we should all capitalize off our talents, off our gifts, because the Lord gave that to us for a reason. Not saying you have to make that your main career, but you should want to pursue that as much as you can, and you don't necessarily have to monetize it. You don't necessarily have to make money off of it, but utilize it as much as you can. And you nowadays, we live in crazy times. We live in crazy times. The more that you do something, sometimes you won't even try to make a profit off something, and it just end up happening. That's what I mean by that. But back to the point that I'm making about mastering yourself, I say that everybody was born with a gift and a talent, right? And so that means that everybody is capable of becoming successful and becoming wealthy and, becoming what God sent them on this earth to do, as far as a purpose, as far as doing something with their lives. You know what I'm saying? And having a talent and a gift is just one aspect of it. Like, what I'm trying to say, or what I am saying, is that people don't know themselves, y'all. People don't know what their talents are. People don't know, or they don't truly understand their talents. People don't. I'm not digging in my nose. Don't play like that. People don't understand that all you have to do is be yourself, basically. You don't have to fit in with the Joneses. You don't have to agree with others' ideas, with their philosophies. You don't have to agree with the way that other people see their world, or the world, their world, because it's their universe. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to agree with laws. You don't have to agree with anything. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that you have to do as a man is, if it make logical sense to you, because men, we run off logic. We don't run off of how we feel about something. We don't run off opinions. We run off logic. You know what I'm saying? You have your opinion about something, that's cool, but hey, have some structure to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yes, I feel this way, but what makes sense right now, I'm gonna sacrifice right now, today, in order for a better tomorrow. People don't have a clue what they truly stand on. People don't have a clue what they truly believe in. They can be so hardcore on something right now, but you tell them something about how you feel about it, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you right. Like, you gotta have a backbone. I feel like that's another reason why a lot of people move with fear in this world. Like, it's because, first of all, people say that they believe in God. People say that they have faith in God, but they maneuver throughout this world anxious and paranoid and scared of, you know what I'm saying? Just scared. And it's crazy. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, like, all you have to, in order to conquer that fear, in order to conquer any negatives in your life, all you have to do is know yourself. That's all you have to do, is know yourself and fully step into it. It's one thing to know yourself, but it's another thing to step fully into it. If you really know yourself, if you know, like, write out what you know about you, write out everything that you like, write out everything that you stand on, what you believe in, even if the world don't agree. I'm talking about, like, the world. If it was 8 billion people going against you, you gonna still stand on what you stand on. Like, I'm talking about that type of. I haven't cussed not one time in this video. I'm not gonna cuss in this video, y'all. I know I've been cussing in my recent videos, but we gonna do our best to not cuss in this one, all right? If it's 8 billion people against you, bruh, you still know you gonna stand on what you stand on, because you know yourself. You know what. You're not operating off feelings. You operating off. It's just what makes sense to you. Forget what the world. Jesus was a perfect human being, y'all. Jesus was perfect. Like, wasn't nothing wrong with Jesus. They hated him. They hated Jesus, y'all. They hated Jesus. You think that Jesus cared about conquering the world? Or do you think that Jesus cared about his purpose, which was saving the world? And that he did. If it wasn't for Jesus, man, I know I've sinned so much in my lifetime. Hell, I probably won't even be here. Like, God, y'all, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Go read your Bible. God was. I'll just say this: His grace wasn't as strong as it is now. Like, God had so much grace on us ever since that Jesus fulfilled his mission in his lifetime. For the 33 years that his short lifespan that he lived, Jesus did everything right. Thank you, Jesus, because, man, like, but that's because he knew himself, though. Jesus knew what he was sent here to do, and he stood on that. He mastered himself. He Man, there ain't no parking spots here. The food spot must be jumping. Like, it ain't no parking spots. What's good? Are people cashing their checks or what? It's crazy. But yeah, man, like, y'all just understand what you have going on in this life. Like, really sit down, have a conversation with God, have a conversation with yourself about what you need to be doing in this lifetime, you know? Because once you can master yourself, everything gonna start flowing to you abundantly, because you know what you were sent here to do. You don't have to force nothing. You don't have to lose sleep. Literally, like, I know that's a metaphor in some senses. Like, people be like, oh, if something happened, they gonna be like, oh, I ain't losing sleep behind it. Like, you know, metaphorically. But I'm talking about literally, like, if you do what you're supposed to do, if you fulfilling your purpose in this life, you mastering your entire existence, what you were sent here to do, the world is going to be at the palm of your hands. Like, especially as men, y'all, like, we have all the power. We have, bro, men, I agree that this is a man's world. Like, women get a lot of, you know, of course, we more soft on women because they're women. You know, they women. They not. They're in a feminine nature. They were made to nurture. They were made to heal. They were made to have babies, and support. But us men, we providers and we protectors. We leaders. So we have more opportunities, like, biologically, like, not even by law, but biologically, we have more opportunities as far as this world that I know it, to really, like, conquer it. So y'all need to get right with y'all self, man. If you right, like, you have a relationship with God, that's amazing. That's excellent. That's beautiful. But if you don't have a relationship with yourself, God don't like that. God don't like for you to put the world before you put yourself. That's you worshiping the world at this point. You know, it's bigger and better than this world. This is just an experience, y'all. We here for X amount of time. We don't even know how long we gonna be living. So make sure that you master your soul first. Master because I'll say this. Whoever you worship, whoever you have faith in, that's the master of your soul. God is the master of our souls, right? Make sure that you master your existence. The time that you have here on this earth, make sure that you're doing all you can to stay aligned with God. Whatever purpose that He have specifically, uniquely designed for you. You know, that's what you need to be focused on. You don't need to be worried about worldly things, man. It's like, it's not as important, or it's not even a dime. It's not even a dime. Like, what am I trying to say? It's not even a tenth as important as you mastering yourself. So I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. That's all I gotta say.